Hey everybody, it's a beautiful Saturday here. We are going to work on getting our bees even better prepared for winter. We're going to bring out the second round of the Apogard treatment today. We're going to feed the bees a 2-to-1 sugar mix. If we find the queen in any hive, I'm going to do an automatic mite check when I know I have the queen in my possession and I'm not going to hurt her. And we're going to put on the mouse reducers today, or the entrance reducers with the mouse guards, and see how those fit. And let's get started. So it's getting cold at night here. It's starting to get into the upper 30s. I'm gonna put the entrance reducers on, and we're working on making some mouse guards using 1/4-inch hardware cloth, and snip this down so it's the same width as the entrance reducer. We're using zinc plated screws that are sheet metal, but it's working pretty well to hold these in place. This is a zinc coated hardware cloth as well, so the corrosion should be taken care of. And we're going to see how this works. This should be small enough to keep the mice out, big enough to let the bees through. Okay, so these have just a little bit of a raised material here that's a little sharp, so I'm just going to try to touch that up real quick. So this is my dragonfly, and they eat queen bees, and so I was thrilled to see this thing get caught up in a spider web here in my barn. And so I'm leaving it here as a nice reminder to the other dragonflies, stay off my property. All right, putting together this steel table. I've had this thing in my back shed for at least 7 years now, unused. And I'm converting the back shed into the bee shed because all of the bees are real close to this shed. And so instead of it being a she shed, it's a bee shed. And I like this steel table because I'm planning on putting my hot smoker on it at the end of the day when I'm done doing inspections, so I don't have to worry about catching anything on fire. And the other nice thing that I've got back here is I was driving through town, and people in town don't like pine needles apparently, and I love pine needles. And lo and behold, it's fall here, and they are raking up pine needles in perfect piles and putting them right by the street. And that's where I can come in and sweep them up and put them in the truck, and I have an unlimited smoker supply that somebody has already done all the work of gathering the pine needles. Super nice. They have not consumed all of the sugar that I put in last week, so they're really slowing down.
What's the weather been like this past week?
It's been very cold. They also haven't taken out all of the Apogard. Giving them a 2-to-1 today, and that's going to make it easier for them to dry out. I'd say this is likely going to be the last feeding of the year, most likely. This is full of stores. Both sides are starting to cap this away. That's really good to see. So that's 1.5 frames. Look at all that pollen. So I found a queen. She's doing a phenomenal job. I mean, look at that. That's a bricklayer's pattern. I'm going to put this back carefully. And I'm going to pick this frame up because this has got brood on it, and I know this doesn't have the queen. It's got a lot of nice things going on. And what I'm going to do, can I get you to uncap the lid?
Yes.
This is the second dose of Apogard. Bees didn't quite take out the first round, but it's been 2 weeks. They said that's what you do, you take it out. So here's what we just did here. We just topped this hive off with food. We just gave it a mite treatment, and now we're going to see what the mite wash result is, because we found the queen. So there was no risk of losing the queen. We're about halfway through the mite treatment, so we'll see just see how this one looks. I was very worried about this hive about a month and a half ago, and it's really come into it. The feedings have really helped it. I feel like it's got a good shot at making it through winter. Let's see what the mite load looks like though. 4.
For people who don't appreciate public math, 4 over 300.
1.3%.
Okay,
Looking good.
we'll take it. Why'd you have the reducer on there?
This has just been a pretty small hive, but for winter time, you certainly want to have a reducer.
So why are you putting the entrance reducer on first?
Get it done before they get all irritated with me.
We're learning as we go, aren't we? Low down.
So this whole top box is all stores. It's either capped or it's gonna be capped real soon. There's absolutely no brood up here. I'm assuming that it's down below.
What do you rate this hive?
What's that?
What score does this hive get?
Well, if I would see some brood, I would really feel good about it. Right now, from a food store's perspective, I'd say it gets an 8.
Out of 10?
8 out of 10 in my book.
Okay. Talk to me.
I'd like to see at least one full frame of brood, but these bees just don't have it. That is pitiful. This hive's a little light on honey. We just added 2 gallons of 2-to-1 sugar. I'm really pleased with the bee coverage on this frame right here. This is not brood. This is a frame full of food. So let's just keep going here. I'm hopeful that with this 2 gallons that I just put in, this hive looks really good. It's got a lot of eggs, a lot of capped brood. Clearly the Apigard treatment didn't stunt this one too bad. The only thing this one needs now to make it is just a little bit more stored resources. And we're working on it. I just love to see this frame here of drawn comb full of honey, or at least stores like nectar. Not uncapped would be.
So why are you putting these mouse entrance? What are they called?
Mouse guards.
Yeah, why are you putting them on?
Because I don't want mice to come in and ruin a hive this winter when the bees are all clustered up. I don't like mice. I don't trust mice. And therefore the mice are not welcome here. This old Apigard is obviously off-gassed. It's no longer like a gelatin, and it's more of a like a dried powder. And the new stuff is more of a jelly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot this up because I know that we're going to be putting a feeder on this hive shortly. So we're just going to shut that down. This place has got a real mouse problem. That detached garage over there, I've affectionately called it the mouse house. The mice build their nests in my truck. They're in the walls. They scatter. As soon as I come in, it's terrible. And I don't approve. I don't see how this one's going to make it through the winter right now. It just doesn't have very much food stores. And that frame has got a little bit of honey in it, but it's just not enough. I feel like they need a full frame of honey, and a part of me wants to take a frame out of that Russian hive since the population's so small.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Stick it in there. This one's got a queen cup with an egg in it. Again, this is a potential side effect from the apigard. Let's see inside. See that egg down in there?
Did you just say you saw the queen?
I just saw the queen.
So what are they doing?
Sometimes they think they need to replace the queen.
So what are you doing?
I'm taking this out. I don't need to. I'm the boss. Not really. I have seen this hive though multiple times act like they're gonna requeen, and then they cancel like at the last minute.
Oh.
Pretty cool. Like a well-run large company.
Oh, Jonathan.
It's got a nice frame of pollen there. And honestly, even though this is a little bit lighter than I would like, I think it's got a fighting chance of making it through. This hive below is just very fat and happy. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this frame, which is just literally perfect drawn comb that is not being utilized, and I'm gonna steal a frame of brood, or not brood, but I'm gonna steal a frame of honey and give it to this nuke. This is a very heavy hive.
Why do you like this frame?
This is just a solid frame of honey. I feel as if, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this frame, was empty. I'm gonna put it back in place. I'm gonna take this frame, which is drawn out on this side but not on this side, and I'm gonna put it up against the wall. I'm gonna take this frame of honey and I'm gonna put it in here. And just double check that the queen's not hiding on here somewhere. She is not. I'm gonna stick this here. Now, I'm gonna put this one right over here. The conclusion is, this hive is really heavy, and so we took a frame of honey out of there. We gave it to the nuke that was looking like it was gonna be most successful. I'll probably give the other nuke a frame out of the other hive next week, right before winter time, or in 2 weeks when I get in for one last time. But things are looking favorable here.